This first got our attention from a tweet. You all sent out a tweet. It was from Harris County Sheriff's Office. It was an unusual call to action. The tweet reads, I want to show it to you. It reads, "Attention funeral homes. If you work with the Crime Victims Compensation Program and would like to collaborate with the Victim Assistant Unit, please call this number." You can see that number on your screen. This tweet got our attention. Joining me now, Sergeant Tommy Smith with Victim Advocate Unit and Victim Advocate Stephanie Ramos. Thank you both for coming in this morning. I appreciate your time on this Monday. It was very interesting when this tweet was put out. For people not knowing what this means or what the purpose of this tweet is, why this call to action?
Well, first of all, thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for bringing attention to this. The tweet was actually Stephanie's idea.
Yeah, so as victim advocates, we are called to provide support and guidance to victims of various crimes. And so for homicide cases specifically, we see not only the emotional strain that these tragic cases put on families and friends, but also the financial strain when it comes to the funeral services and everything regarding with that. And so the Victim Advocate Unit wanted to create a resource list of funeral homes that work with the Crime Victims Compensation Program. And so essentially what that would do is the funeral homes would allow the family to proceed with the services without direct payment and instead wait for payment from the Crime Victims Compensation Program itself.
Yeah, Stephanie, talk to me about, you talk about this financial burden. Oftentimes these crimes, they're not planned, they're sudden. Right. And so that in itself can bring about obstacles for these families. Talk about some of these other obstacles they're presented with. So,
for the cases that I've worked, I've been told a lot of times that families unfortunately don't have the time to mourn or to process what is happening because they are busy with planning services and coming up with the money for those services. And so we're hoping that with this, we're able to give them more of a space to be present with what they're going through with families and friends that are with them through this situation, and them worrying less about the financial aspect of it.
What has the response been so far?
Well, the response has been great. Immediately.
The need is so high.
Yeah,
right.
Immediately after the tweet went out, we got 2 phone calls, within 5-10 minutes of the tweet. So, people are seeing this, and this is a great thing. This is gonna help victims who are going through a very terrible time. And the Texas Crime Victims Compensation Act is there for that, and it helps them, get through that whole mourning process. It allows them to not worry about that financial burden that's going to be incurred by what they're going through.
So what does this, we're talking a lot about what this looks like on the side for victims' families. What does it look like for funeral homes that are participating in this or might be watching right now, listening, and want to get involved?
So like he said, we have gotten phone calls almost immediately from when the post was posted. And so all of the funeral homes that I've spoken to, they have been doing this for years already.
Wow.
So they're a little surprised that there's still not much awareness to it.
Yeah.
And so they're very helpful. They know what these families go through, and so they're willing to sit down with families and create a funeral service plan that works for them and their needs.
Where does the funding for this come from?
The Texas Crime Victims Compensation Act.
It all comes from there.
It all comes from there. And you asked about what the funeral homes were receiving. The funeral homes aren't receiving any, they're being compensated through the Victims Compensation Act.
Right.
But these companies, these businesses, they're reaching out on their own to help these individuals who are going through this. It's nothing that anybody has said that free advertisement or anything like that. They're calling us wanting to help, which is, what our community needs.
You talk about the response being great, the need being high. Does this indicate there's a rise in crime in Houston?
No, I'm not going to say there's a rise in crime. I don't have all of those statistics with me right now, but I'm not going to say that there's a rise in crime. Just like it's being brought to everybody's attention now, these resources that have been made available, or people are being aware of them now. So
Yeah. For people watching right now and they want to get involved, how can they go about doing so?
Absolutely. If any funeral homes or cemeteries want to give us a call, they can call the Victim Advocate line at 713-274-9369. And any victims or any members of the community that want to reach out to the Victim Advocate line or unit, they can also call the unit line.
And we will be sure to put all of this information on our website, clicktohouston.com. Stephanie Ramos and Sergeant Smith, thank you both so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate your time.
Thank you.